Hi, I'm Kristen Heron with the Ormond Art Museum. Welcome to the Art of Healing. This is a time we set aside each month to be mindful in the practice of creating art. This is not art therapy, but hopefully it's a time that you'll be able to relax and set your cares aside for just a moment while we create together. This month we'll take inspiration from magazines to find words that resonate with you and then create a mixed media house. Gather these supplies before we begin, and if at any point during the video you need more time, just press pause. Start by taking some time to flip through magazines and pull out any words that catch your eye. They don't have to make sense or mean anything at this point, just words that stand out to you and make you feel good. As you're flipping through the magazines, also pull out some larger sections of text. This will be partially covered with paint, so it's not as important what the large sections of text say. Also, rip or cut out some beautiful images. The first layer of your mixed media house will be ripped portions of text. Take a section, rip a piece out, and then position it on your house wherever you like. During this stage of the collage, also add some colorful images. Abstract works well, or you can add windows or whatever you like. Play around with the text and images until you find something that you like, and then glue them down with a glue stick. Once your first layer of text and images is glued down, we'll be adding some white paint to slightly obscure the first layer. Squirt a few drops of paint on the house, and then use a paintbrush or a palette knife or even your fingers to spread the paint around. Don't completely cover up the images and text that you already glued down, just slightly cover them up, especially around the edges so they begin to blend into the background. When you're happy with this layer, set it aside to dry. While it's drying, we'll make some stamps to use on top of that layer. For this step, you'll need scissors, a ballpoint pen, and a sheet of styrofoam. This can be cut from an egg carton or a takeout container, or you can purchase styrofoam like this. Cut some random shapes out of the styrofoam. The shape and size doesn't matter, just something that appeals to you, and the size should be something that will fit on your house. Use a ballpoint pen to create a pattern on each shape. Be sure you're pressing hard enough to indent the styrofoam. For the next part of this step, you'll need either an ink pad or some acrylic paint to stamp with. An ink pad works very well, but since I don't have one, I'm going to put some acrylic paint on another sheet of styrofoam and spread it out so it's very thin. You don't want your paint to be too thick or it will go into the indentions on your stamp and it won't work. So once the paint is spread out very thin, press your stamp into it and then stamp it onto the house. If you'd like to add more color to this layer, water down the acrylic paint with your brush and make a loose wash or dab the background with the paintbrush to make a pattern. You can also use watercolor for this step. Now would be a good time to walk away from your piece for a little bit and let it dry. Once it's dried, come back to your artwork and start to play with the words that you cut out of the magazine earlier. Arrange words and also images from magazines until you're happy with the composition. When you're happy with the composition, begin to glue all of the design elements down with a glue stick. The final step is to add some contrast by using a black marker to outline some elements and also add some extra patterns and designs. If you enjoyed this project, look for more free art tutorials in the video library at ormondartmuseum.org. Thanks to Art Studio Cats Chester and Biscuit for their help on this project.